Give Me Something Good to Eat is the newest Chucky episode that dropped a few hours ago. We just sat down and watched it. What'd you think?
I thought it was great. I love it.
Yeah.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely Chucky fan people.
Fan peoples?
Fan peoples.
Yeah.
And so this is really the Halloween party episode. Mm-hmm. And so this kind of opens with a bang, right? We got spoilers, of course. We're going to be talking spoilers, but if you're just here for a quick, yay or nay, I don't know why. Second episode, you're either watching it or you're not.
Do it.
Watch it. Watch the fucking show. If you're a Chucky fan, you're already watching it.
Yeah.
So, and if you didn't like the last few Chuckies, then I don't think you're going to like this. So, anyways, moving on from that, spoilers. We get the death of the maid, who is a family member to them.
A family member.
They care so much about her.
Brother in Baltimore?
Yeah, maybe it was somewhere. I don't know.
She lives on the
Washington?
south side, right?
Yeah. South side, north side, west side. They don't fucking know.
No.
Yeah.
They have no idea where she lives.
So what do you think that does for their characters? Do you think this makes them these rich assholes who really don't value things?
Well, I mean, they actually seem like they're pretty kind people.
The dad for sure.
Yeah, they're just sort of oblivious. They have so much money that it's not really something that I think they think about very much. And she is the help to them. So they might have cared about her, but they don't know personal details because they probably haven't really had that many personal conversations with her. So I think there's a lot of wealthy people out there like that who maybe don't mistreat the people that they hire, but they don't necessarily know them the way that they kind of pretend to know them.
They think because they're not treating them like shit.
Yeah.
That it's like family to them. Right.
So.
But in reality, it's more of what can she do for me?
Yeah.
And what are they really doing for her?
Paying her.
That's
it.
Yeah, it's a job.
They give her a job, yeah.
Yeah, would she continue to keep working for them if they weren't paying her? Of course not.
No.
So they ain't family, right? Your family will come over. Well, I mean, depending on your family, but most good family will come over and help you and take care of you. But she got to earn a living too, and of course she should be paid. I'm not saying she shouldn't by any means. I'm just they definitely have it. They definitely don't realize their relationship dynamic with her.
No,
at
they
all.
don't. Yeah.
What'd you think of her death?
It was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I thought it was a neat death, and I mean that's the only one in this episode.
Yeah.
So I like that that the episode starts off with her death. I thought that was exciting, like you said, like a bang.
Did you think do you think we're gonna get a kill every episode?
Yes, I do.
For sure. Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think so as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you like her death?
Yeah, I mean, it's very reminiscent of a movie called Stitches with Ross Noble. Really great horror comedy. Highly recommend it. Where, the guy falls on a knife in the dishwasher. But in that one, he survives it for a minute before he ends up perishing and then, whatever. But I don't know how many dishwasher deaths I've seen, but that's the only one that's coming to my mind right now.
I was going to ask you, since the detectives say that this happens all the time.
I put my knife side down, always.
I was going to ask how many you think happen every year of people falling on knives.
We can Google it. We can Google it. Somebody Google it right now and put it in the comments. Yeah, I don't know. I mean... There's a good amount of deaths that you would not expect every year. When you Google weird death statistics, there's some bizarre ones that happen way more than you would ever think or ever should. So how many actually people fall on knives that are propped up by the dishwasher? Probably. Yeah, I don't know.
5?
Yeah, I don't know if it's in the thousands or something insane. But I could see it being in the tens.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's way more than I would think it would be. But
now, I guess the question would be, how many people fall on knives or forks or something that's in the dishwasher because water's on the floor or whatever, and are injured, versus how many actually fucking perish.
Right.
So you would definitely have to be the number of how many people are injured doing that. Because I'm sure that would be higher. I can't imagine everybody who does it dies.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd really have to go for like the neck or like straight through the eye to kill you.
Well, anything in here.
Sure, but
Anything
just
in
thinking
here.
of like how you'd fall.
Or even in here. Right?
Yeah, right. In the eye.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
We bring back this whole... Now, okay, here's another thing to Google. Is the whole razor blade in an apple thing an actual thing that happened? Or is this a total urban legend?
I thought we looked this up one day.
I thought we did too, but I don't remember. I still don't remember it.
I feel like I don't... I feel like there was like an incident where somebody was putting razor blades, but I don't know if it was in apples. I feel like it was just in candy.
Just came to me. Totally just came to me. I didn't even put it together. So there's two now. I just connected the dots. So earlier in the episode, they are talking, the mayor parents of Lexi. They're talking to their daughter, both their daughters, and they reference Dr. Mixter, which I referenced instantly, like, oh my god, Dr. Mixter from Halloween 2. And in Halloween 2, a kid bites into an apple with a fucking razor blade in it.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I just connect because I was going to mention the Dr. Mixter thing. And then I'm like,
connection.
I was just about to say, like, the only other time I've ever seen the razor blade in an apple thing is Halloween 2.
That's so funny. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like,
always came to me.
Like you were saying too, like I feel like first of all you would totally see the razor blade if it was sticking out.
Well, okay,
anyway.
so the opening of the episode is Chucky as a kid, Charles Lee Ray, and he purposely bites into a razor blade apple, which has probably the shittiest like disguise of like trying to be shoved in. And make it, it's like sticking out, it's protruding by like this much. Yeah. Like the person that was doing these apples just got real lazy with it in the end. And they were just like half putting them in there, like, fuck it.
Here, take it, kid, you'll bite it. I mean, I could see like a really young kid, maybe, like a 3-year-old, but I mean, I don't know why he does it on purpose. I guess it's just like he's a masochist, I don't know, or he's just a psychopath.
So you would have, okay. So as far as the whole razor blade thing, because I was thinking about this while it was happening, you have to bite into a razor blade sideways for it to hurt you. Like if you bit onto it flat, it wouldn't do anything. No. It might cut the tip of your tongue or something, but it's not really do anything to you if you bite like this. Yeah. So I think the razor blade placement, you'd have to kind of take a chance, because you cut up your apples.
I cut
so
up
you'd
my
be
apples.
fine.
Yeah, I never
you
eat them.
hit
like,
metal.
Yeah. Well, but it's funny because it's like anytime I feel like I've had like aluminum foil like in my food or something, like you instantly feel that there's like a foreign, like non-food item in your mouth. So I feel like the second your tongue touched metal, you would just be like, I don't know.
So anyway, so we then are with Jake, and he is kind of wrestling with what's happened. And then there's this interaction between him and Junior. And Junior, seems to think now that Jake's after Lexi, which it's like, dude, he has a gay pride flag literally hanging his room a foot away from the computer.
And you were making fun of him last episode for being gay.
Yeah. Right, no, like it's very obvious, and he knows that he's gay, but I mean, I guess he's bi, maybe, you don't know, whatever. But he seems to think now, because I'm sure Chucky was looking her up to see if he could find her address, or, somehow he wants to kill this girl. He has a vendetta out for her, which is funny, because it's like, what are Chucky's motivations at this point? I think we talked about this last time. It's like, he just wants to kill, but it seems very, like he could kill anyone, randomly, right?
Yeah.
But he specifically wants to target people in this. Because they're really playing off that notion of the first movie where he's your friend till the end. Which they totally lost sight of later on, right? He's just the killer doll. He goes around, he kills randomly. He's trying to switch his body, whatever. But the whole, like, initial concept was that Andy and Chucky were friends. And really Chucky's just going out and he's killing Aunt Maggie and he's killing Eddie Caputo and he's killing these people kind of randomly. And there really isn't that dynamic of like, hey kid, I'm looking out for you. I'm your buddy. And in this one, I think they're kind of setting that right. It's like, hey, Jake, I'm looking after you. I'm your friend. I'm killing these people because I want to help and I want to show you what a friend I am. So now, what the motivation is behind that. Now, somebody pointed out to me, I couldn't confirm it, I showed her as well, that in the first episode, that Tiffany is the one who places the doll in the garage sale specifically in order to try to lure Jake into buying it. And I could see that being true because of when I went back to rewatch it, it is very obvious that the woman who's selling it doesn't even recognize putting it out there.
No, she has no idea.
Like, she's like, what is this?
Yeah.
Which would, of course, make you think the woman would be like, I think maybe someone left this here. Maybe a kid was carrying this doll around and accidentally, like, put it down. She's like, oh, I'm going to sell this shit.
Yeah.
Did you see my doll? Did you see my doll? Nope, but I saw this $10. But yeah, so it's possible that he specifically was looking for Jake, that he's his son or something like that. I mean, we could go down that route. There's going to have to be some connection to why Chucky is spending time with this kid specifically, because he doesn't want to change bodies anymore. He knows how to multiply himself at this point. He can put himself into a doll. He can put himself into a person. So he doesn't really have that anymore. But now he's befriending a kid and specifically killing for him. What do you think the motivations for that are?
I mean, it does feel like he's trying to, like, mentor Jake. Like, I do kind of feel like he's sort of trying to get him to become a killer as well. And I don't know if that's because like you said, it's possible he's his son or something. But I don't know.
I don't see that.
I don't know.
Like, wouldn't we know that he was adopted at this point, maybe? I mean, we could find that out later. I hope they don't go down that route. I'm so sick of the family lineage shit in these movies.
But, I mean, I don't know. There's definitely more that I feel like we need to see to get a better understanding of that, of what Chucky's motivation is.
There's been no hints.
He does kill randomly in this episode. Well, random-ish. I mean,
right, because that woman
has no.
What if she says something to him though? Right before she like sprays his face with the cleaner.
No, she doesn't say anything to him. I don't think.
I thought she said something to him.
No, I think she just kind of looks at him a little weird. She was about to read. Well, I guess she technically was about to read Jake's diary. So I guess Chucky could have been like, "Yeah, time to die."
So do you really think Chucky is going to reserve his killing for just avenging Jake?
I mean, if we consider that like some kind of vengeance thing, then yeah. I think he'll use it as an excuse to kill people. I think it'll turn into like any time.
But he's specifically like going to this party.
Yes.
He's looking Lexi up on the computer. Yes. He's targeting people specifically. Yes. This isn't random, and this is because of Jake. Yeah.
So I mean, I think that is probably going to be mostly what he does. I feel like. But what I was saying was that maybe there'll be, once he kills kind of all these like major bullies or whatever, it's going to be like these very, very minor offenses that Jake is going to have no, like, he won't be able to agree with Chucky on killing those people.
Do you think Jake will kill anybody?
Jake?
Yes. That's what they set this up in at the end as.
I do think he's going to kill somebody. Oh, okay. I should say I hope he kills somebody. I don't know if he will. Yeah. But I very much want Jake to have a villain arc. Even if he ends up coming back from it and like regretting it. Who's he take? Excuse me. I just want him to. And this episode, the way it ended, I was like pumped for it because he was angry. He was real angry. Yeah. And I was very happy about that.
I mean, it would be a surprise to me and a welcomed surprise for sure. I don't see it happening. I see him getting close. I see him hurting somebody. And then immediately kind of snapping him out of it, and Chucky like berating him for this, and and finishing the job off, or doing it in some kind of way that Jake doesn't realize that he's actually killing this person.
Sure.
but seeing Jake go full crazy, like, I don't know, dude. Can he come back from that as a character? Or do we want him to come back from it? I don't know. And another question is does this series want to have legs? Does this series want to go more than one season? Is Jake's storyline going to continue for multiple seasons? That I don't know. I don't know if this is supposed to be a one-off. I haven't looked into the production side of that to see if they're like looking to hopefully get renewed for more. We're 7 movies in now, and he's going to a TV series. So clearly Don has a lot to say with Chucky still. Now, how Andy and Tiffany and so many of the characters, and Kyle and all these characters, right? And what's her name? For some reason, I'm blanking on her name. Fiona Dourif's character in Colt and Curse.
I'm blanking on it too. I couldn't tell you right now.
Yeah, but so her character as well. But she's Charles Lee Ray now. You know, and I'm really curious how this is going to play off of Colt. And how everyone's going to come in and how it's all going to tie together and what Chucky's plan is. He has to have some kind of plan here. Yeah. So anyway, but Lexi's sister is Rembrandt, I guess.
Oh my gosh,
incarnate.
I love her sister. It's so cool. I mean, I was excited during the last episode when she was like watching Chucky on stage with like these stars in her eyes, and then to see her drawing him, which I don't know how old she's supposed to be, like 5 or 6, 7 maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
She's pretty young, but yeah, she draws really well. And I would also like to see her kind of get taken under Chucky's wing and like start doing something, but
the whole exchange with her and Chucky
was great.
It's fantastic.
It was so great.
It's my favorite part of the whole episode. Just the whole mom thing. Mom's full of shit. And, you know, Chucky, she doesn't think you should swear and all this. And she's moving up my list real fucking fast.
It's so good. Murderers.
That made me laugh out loud, man.
That
was super funny. Chucky in a Hello Kitty mask walking around town. She straight up just thought it was a kid.
I didn't even recognize that it was
2-3 seconds.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what?
I did too.
Hello Kitty.
100%.
Yeah, and then it's Chucky.
For a second, I didn't really register to me.
No, yeah.
Which is perfect because that's exactly what it's supposed to be. He's supposed to look like a little kid out trick or treating, and Chucky's able to get away with that because it's fucking Halloween. So now, what Lexi does in this episode?
Oh my god!
So much. She's just awful. Now, in real life, I've talked about this many times. In real life, would I want this girl to die? No. In a fictional universe where I can just be cathartic and watch someone like this die fictionally, 100%. 100% I want her dead. The shit she does. Also, I want to sidebar really quick for that with these characters. I don't know if I mentioned in the last episode, but it was very apparent here because of the party. I love that these kids look like fucking teenagers in high school.
Yeah.
Like, we've watched tons of movies where I'm like, that chick looks like my age. Like, this chick, there's no fucking way this girl's in high school.
Yeah. They look perfect for the age. I mean, he's 14. So everyone around them is 14, 15,
and they
16,
look it.
And they all look
They
like
are
it.
it.
Yes.
They have to be. They're so young, and it looks like high school. They don't look like adults. Anyways, back to the point. The shit that she's doing, do I want her dead? Yeah. In the show, 100%. Yeah. Yes. And do I think she'll die eventually? Absolutely. But just, she's shitty to her parents. She's shitty to her sister. She's horrible to her fucking boyfriend.
Oh,
she's clearly texting this Oliver kid behind her back because it's all about status with her. This kid clearly has a lot of money. You know, Junior has a lot of money. I mean, their parents anyways. So it's all about the show of it. But like when she's in the bed with him and she's like, you know, you're supposed to know what to do and all this, and Chucky's like trying to stab him up through the bed. God. And they just keep moving out of the way.
Good.
Great gag.
Yes.
Really funny. Good stuff
awesome.
there for sure. But then just the icing on the shit cake of this character, Because we were both like, what's her costume?
Yeah.
And I kept being like, oh, it's going to be something super like sexy and revealing
Yeah.
and he's going to get jealous or something. Pfft, way off.
Yeah, I actually didn't think it was going to be something like that.
Like so mean-spirited. We should have known though. She wanted revenge.
Right, no.
Right? I said she was going to be dressed like Chucky.
Yeah, well, no, I was going to say I didn't think it was going to be super sexual. I thought it was going to be something unexpected, but I didn't know.
It was.
I
wasn't expecting
definitely
that at all.
did not expect it to be his.
It's because
dad.
it's so unbelievably.
Oh my god.
Mean-spirited and uncool.
Yeah, you even said too. You're like, who would be laughing at this? Like, who there at that party would be like, "Oh, that's so funny. That kid's dad died just like that. Haha. Such good jokes." Like.
No,
it doesn't make any sense. But I mean, fine, whatever. They're all like drunk 14-year-olds, so I guess
it's possible.
whatever.
I mean, you've watched videos on the internet of kids who
Sure.
are bullying the fuck out of other kids, and you read stories.
Yeah.
I mean, know what we should watch one day? I don't know if you've ever seen this, but is that like that Slender Man documentary?
Oh,
did you ever watch that?
No, but
it's all about
I
fucking
actually,
like bullying.
Yeah, I followed some of the news on that though.
Yeah.
Those girls in Wisconsin, so I know a little bit about it.
Beware the Slender Man,
Yeah, I
or
think that's
something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, but the bullying aspect is very, very prominent in the show, and
Sure.
I like that there's, it's commentary on it, right? Like, and that sort of seems like what they're setting up Jake to be. I mean, he's got a broken family because his mom's dead, his dad's an alcoholic, now his dad's dead, he's gay, and kind of in the closet, although coming out now, and it's sort of just like the perfect storm, right? Like, he's this misunderstood kid that comes from an abusive household and then is also getting bullied, so it's like, those are always the kinds of people that you hear becoming like, oh, they could become serial killers or whatever, and I don't think that that's always true.
No.
But I do feel like the show is kind of talking about how just how bad all of it can be to not have support, and
Yeah.
especially to have your peers being assholes to you. So, yeah. It was awful. It was so bad seeing her dressed like that and like shaking. And
Yeah. We didn't get any more information on I don't know what their names are, Junior's parents. What's her name?
No, I don't know
Oh,
what her
yeah,
name
I thought you
is,
said
but what
Harriet
her
for some reason.
Harriet.
Harriet, yeah. For some reason.
No, I don't know what their names are. But yeah, her secret or whatever.
Yeah, nothing on that.
No. And they seem like they're good. I mean, like, they were talking in this episode, like, not really fighting with each other. There wasn't, like, necessarily weird relationship coldness, but obviously she does kind of call him out, the dad, by saying that Junior does everything he can to make his dad happy.
Sure.
So, but
Sure.
aside from that, they seemed like they were fine. So I don't know if it's the cheating thing that I thought it was.
So the detective is very much got her eyes on Jake as the killer right now, and even has her eyes potentially on Junior.
Mm-hmm.
And the dad death in the first one, I was like 100% death. This guy's awful, okay? In a fictional setting, absolutely 100% kill this fucking guy. So I was on board with that. The maid, no. The maid did nothing that I saw, unless I missed something in the episode. Like I said, I thought she said something. I could be wrong. Maybe I'll go back and rewatch that scene just to see. But she didn't do anything egregious that I would be like... At this point, we saw Jake's dad being a monster. Mm-hmm. And then we see Lexi being...
a monster.
I don't know, as bad, worse.
Yeah.
She's unbelievably horrible. Pretending to be someone's father who just died, dressed like him, and pretending to die in the way he died for jokes.
For jokes. You know who's not a monster?
Chucky.
Yeah. He is a gender fluid.
Yeah, he is a gender fluid kid. So we do get mention
Yeah.
of Glenn or Glenda in here, which is great. We are fans of Seed of Chucky. We said it before, and unabashedly, for sure. Mm-hmm. And hey, in the comments for this last video, a lot of Seed of Chucky fans.
Yay.
A lot of Seed of Chucky fans. But that's how it always goes, right? Like, if you hate on something, then a lot of people want to, mirror those sentiments and be like, I hate this fucking movie too, right? They always want to be a part of what's going on. So the people who hate it are like, they usually stay silent. Some don't. Some want to very hardly, very hard pushback. But most people want to kind of go with the flow and be like, oh, you love it too? I'm going to comment. Like, I love it, So, it's to be expected. But there are Seed of Chucky fans out there, believe it or not, for the people out there who think that the middle films are the hated ones and only the misfits like it. Maybe. But we're the misfits.
I think it's just the people that have good taste. Geniuses.
Yeah. Yeah. All the Chucky stuff in this, with how he looks, is great.
Yes.
We didn't have any issues with it this time. Nope. There was a little weird CGI in the first episode that I didn't feel like worked very well. But everything else from this episode and the last one, besides that one minor problem, all looks fantastic. Chucky's very funny, as usual. But he's not. This isn't Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky comedy. This is more like Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, and of course even later Cult. That's that kind of, he's bringing back that almost original Chucky. In the first movie, Chucky's a little bit more evil. He's not as playful. He does have a couple quippy liners, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
What an ugly doll. Stuff like that. And I definitely think there is some humor in there intentionally. But 2 is where, he starts to get a little funnier. And I feel like that's the area we're in with Chucky right now. Maybe 3 gets a little bit more silly. Like, Chucky's gonna be a bro. And stuff like that. It's a little much. Right?
But, yeah,
I still love it,
I
for
agree
sure.
with you. I think that's a good...
Presto, you're dead.
It's a good representation where we're at right now in the show with him. And I really like it. I think it's a nice line of, like, he's creepy, but he's still, like, sarcastically funny. And, yeah it's great.
Yeah. Anything else to say about this episode?
I thought that Jake and the podcast boy might kiss when they went into hell.
I thought so too. I thought they might open up the door on
and
them.
I was like, but they didn't. Which is okay. They're saving it. They're obviously both into each other, like, for sure.
Well, yeah, because the mom's interrogating her own son.
Yeah.
And he's like, how should I know?
I was like, why would you ask?
In fact, he was more like, I don't know what you want me to say. Showed her the Poughkeepsie tapes, and we just can't get that fucking line out of her head.
No, just the image, that whole scene. Okay, but yeah.
If you haven't seen the Poughkeepsie tapes, it's definitely one that sticks with you. It's currently on Shudder, if I remember correctly, or you can have the Blu-ray like me because I'm fucking awesome. But yeah, but we'll see later on. I'm sure that they will get together, and that'll be cute. So I don't know. I don't think that Oliver was in on the Lexi thing. Like, when Oliver came up and invited him to the party, we both looked at each other like, oh no. Because he was like apologizing, like, hey man, I just want to tell you anything I said to you in the past. He pushed him into hell, but with the guy he's crushing on.
Yeah.
So it was almost like he was trying to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't like making fun of him or anything when they came out. And then the Lexi thing, they were all laughing. I don't remember if Oliver was.
I don't either, but he kind of, by the end of the episode, I sort of felt like he was more genuine about things, and I think that,
if he was laughing about that in front of Jake,
oh my god,
he's full of shit.
Yeah, then never mind. I just don't remember if he was there. I
feel like he was standing next to her, like close to her at least, but maybe I'm not.
It's very possible. I know Junior was definitely like, what the fuck, like he was watching like.
Oh
no
yeah,
way.
I think Junior is done with Lexi at this point.
I hope so.
After all the shit she just did to him in the bedroom, like,
oh my god,
he's a fucking teenage boy. Come on.
Yeah.
Like any teenage boy at that age knows any fucking thing what to do. She's just doing that shit to be mean. Right? She's just being a horrible person. Bitch. She wants to, be hoity-toity and above it all and belittle people to feel more power because she doesn't feel like she has that power dynamic at home. Right. So she's trying to gain it any way she can. But yeah, I'll have to go back and I'll have to look at that Oliver scene and see if he's like laughing with her. Because it would have been cool to see him run up to Lexi and be like, what the fuck are you doing? This is my party. Stop this shit.
Yeah.
I invited him. But we didn't get anything like that. So I don't know how genuine he was, but I think he's dying.
I
Like
do
any
too.
main
I
character.
do think that he was introduced to be like,
I think he's gonna kill his love interest too.
Really?
The podcaster kid, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I
dying.
can see that,
I'd be pretty surprised if he doesn't, honestly.
we'll see.
Because that's gonna be like,
Or
or it's like
breaking point.
yeah, they're gonna like have a break because Chucky and him, we forgot to kind of mention this. They're kind of in the beginning of an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
Chucky gives him a fucking black eye, which
Yeah.
then he has to go around and hide and be like, "Oh yeah, it's just part of my Halloween costume or whatever." I mean, he doesn't say it; people just think it, and he doesn't correct them. What's he gonna say? My fucking voodoo doll killed me.
Yeah. Punched me.
The whole line about him being like there's people who have accidents happen way more than murders, and they happen way more than people being killed by possessed dolls. That line was fucking funny.
So good.
But anyways, like they have this discussion where he's like, "Andy, it'll never happen again."
Yeah.
And
He's
it's
like,
like,
"Yeah, I've heard
oh
that before."
man, it's
Yeah.
totally, And I
Totally.
think he was probably abusive to Tiffany.
Oh, for sure.
Right? I mean, he was hitting her for sure.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, they
course.
kill each other in
Oh my
fucking
God,
Bride of
yeah.
Chucky. So
Yeah, he's
and
not a
Chucky.
healthy role model or anything, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ending was great, though. I really liked the shot of Chucky and the knife and then Jake and the knife.
Oh yeah,
Big
kind
fan
of
of the
a
way that ended,
mirroring
so, yeah.
what he's kind of brewing inside him. Yeah, Chucky's just a horrible influence.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like he's that bad influence in his life. That your mom doesn't want you hanging around. So
Sorry,
that's who
we'll
your
hang
fucking
around
mom
you,
always
Chucky.
thinks your friends are. Behind
Yeah.
the scenes, she's telling you like, "Come on, Andy, you're my friend to the end." Oh yeah. Anyways, so yeah, another cool episode.
Yes.
It's just further adding to a series that I adore. Right? Like, unfortunately, the Child's Play remake exists. I hate it. I've watched it 3 times now. I've disliked it. Probably, I wouldn't say more. I think I liked it the least amount this most recent watch, but still don't like it. But that's something completely like off to the side to me. As far as the original series goes, up until now, right, as of this recording, I love everything in this franchise. So it's cool to be getting things tacked on here. It's like the Evil Dead franchise for me right now. That it's never made anything that I don't love. We have 3 seasons of a television series. We've got 4 films, and we got a video game coming out. We got a lot of cool stuff to look forward to in the Evil Dead franchise, and hopefully more Chucky to come. I mean, I would love for this show to go, at least 3 seasons, like Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yeah, me too.
But we shall see. Anyways, let us know what you thought about the episode and what you think that we'll see in the next one. Who's going to die next? What do you think? Predictions. Who dies next?
Honestly, maybe Oliver.
I was going to say
Oliver.
that. I was going to say that.
Yeah. Because I don't think Lexi's going to die yet.
No.
I think she's going to be like one of the major deaths. So possibly Oliver.
Yeah, I think he's going to be like scheming after her for a while. It's going to be a lot of missed opportunities.
Yeah.
Just missing her. I'm curious on who's going to be the first person to realize Chucky's alive.
Oh, the detective for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's the podcaster.
Well, Jake might tell him, so yeah. I don't know if that's a realization, but I think the detective is very close to figure. Well, I don't know. She might still be thinking that Jake's just like doing something with him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could say, I don't, as far as characters we know, because if it's just some random person, obviously we can't guess that. But the next death of people that we've met, I think Oliver makes the most sense. And I could see Chucky forming a pretty strong bond with Lexi's sister. Like, I feel like we'll get more and more of that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like we focused on her artwork and Chucky talking to her and her fascination with Chucky to just ditch it all together.
Yeah.
I can't see that happening. So I think that we're going to see more of that. And I could see him really trying to, make Jake into a killer, but in the end, he makes Lexi's sister into the killer. Mm-hmm. That's the way I could see this going. And he takes her under the wing. Jake is, either arrested for the murders at the end of this season, and he's taken this new girl under his wing, or Jake's just straight out dead. I could be completely off base on all of this stuff.
No, it's a good theory. And I mean, Lexi's sister is closer to Andy's age, really, in the original Child's
Oh,
Play.
absolutely.
So
Andy's
the
6.
friend to the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that would be really cool, though. I'm totally down for her to be like I don't know, Chucky's
I could see him talking her into killing Lexi.
Yeah.
Because Lexi's so awful. And the reason I think she likes Chucky so much, and I think this is why they're setting this up, why she's drawing it, and why she's like, oh, what if he doesn't like me? She's very much worried about what Chucky thinks of her. And you can tell she's taking it in what he says to her. And the reason that she likes Chucky so much, from what I can tell, is because Chucky is the first person to stand up to her sister.
Yes.
Look at what the parents are like. Lexi's sitting there, and she's like, fuck this, and this and that, and the parents are just not even doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Right? So she's around this all the time. And don't get me wrong, I mean, the shit the parents are saying, oh, she's better at this than anything you've ever been in your whole life, that's harsh. Lexi fucking deserves it at this point, but who knows how long that's been going on.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see her being talked into offing her sister and even her parents.
Same.
So
I would love that.
Because Chucky, I think, killed his parents.
Yes.
And I think that's pretty obvious. He was psychotic. He's biting into an apple on purpose, knowing that there's a razor blade in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, let us know what you think below.
Bye.
Bye.